Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. So I want to do something surreal landscape-wise, and I have put a little bit of moist paint on the top just so I don't have to do it later. That was Oriental Blue. I've got a bunch of blues. I want a really dramatic sky, and I'm contemplating using some yellow orange. And maybe a little bit of dazzling white with it. And maybe some quinacridone nickel azo gold also. Hopefully, the quinacridone nickel azo gold will be strong enough. It's been a long time since I tried to use it. And I don't know that I've ever used it with dazzling white. And I'm inclined to put a little orange in there just because. The question is it going to be saffron? Maybe it should be saffron. I thought about using the orange crush, but I'm not sure. I do need to get some things out of my way so I have elbow room to swipe. I don't want this to be too serious. I want it to be surreal, but it's maybe a little harder for me than I'm willing to admit. I don't have anything on my edges. I'm going to let some go right down over the side. I don't like that one thing right in the middle there. I want some pink. I didn't think I was going to, but I do. I'm going to use some pink carnation. And maybe some tickled pink as well. Not sure I'm liking what I'm seeing at all. That doesn't mean it'll stay that way. Which is probably a good thing because I'm not liking it. The mixture is not making me happy. I got 2 spatulas. Wondering if some purple would help. Oh, there's the stretcher bar right in the middle. Can't press the spatula too hard on a 12 by 24 inch canvas without exposing a stretcher bar mark. I'm liking it a little better. I'm wondering if maybe it's the red violet I'm after next. I'm going to leave that paint on there and grab the red violet. If it doesn't go well, it'll just be another stage. I'm going to move that down some. If I don't overswipe it, I might be able to keep my colors from getting too mucky. I want to put the blue at the top, and then I want to bring some cloud drama in with some one of my Payne's Gray. I think that purple helped a lot. I might not even be done with it yet. I'm thinking two things. One of them is I keep seeing this thing in the middle. I'm wondering why the thing that's a thing is always in the middle. And I'm going to grab some periwinkle. Hope I can get it in place without getting too overboard. Maybe a clean spatula is a good idea. Maybe that was very fortunate that it was the right handy. I don't know if it's my imagination, but I think I see a couple things that need to go away. Alright, I'm liking that periwinkle so much I'm just going to go ahead and give myself permission to use some more. I'll probably still try and do what I was planning. But right at this moment I'm going to get the paint off my spatula and probably clean it too. Got some on this other spatula right close by also. Alright, I said I was going to clean that off, and so I am. And dry it. Trying to go backwards, and it's not something I'm used to doing. Push some over the end. I think I want to leave a fairly copious amount of it. Stays pretty light, so I could probably just get away with leaving a heavy coat and not worry too much about it. I'm going to clean my other spatula so I can use it. Or maybe throw it in the bucket and grab a fresh one. I've got one left, and then the small one. Okay, so now I'm going to try the Payne's Gray in a second. It's open. Before that, I'm going to try a few blues, which I'm sure I can always cover up with the Payne's Gray. That was the Oriental Blue. This is the Blue Flame. And oddly enough, I have something called Majestic Blue, which is a primary element, I think. It's got quite a bit of turquoise to it, but I really like the color. I'm hoping it blends well, or at least makes a dramatic statement. I'm not too worried about any of that periwinkle, so I'm going to use the spatula that had it on it. I'm sort of going to mix my colors right on the canvas. And after I go vertically like this for a while, then I'll come back and go across horizontally. So that's not too bad, I guess. I'll reserve judgment. I want to put some periwinkle in there pretty bad. I think I'm going to do it too. I don't know why I keep putting it back. I'm kind of being called to some to mix it with a little bit of the Whispering Wisteria and or my other deep purples, which in this case is an indigo violet. Just a little. There's my deep amethyst. This is a whole new ball game. Cross your fingers for me. This is Payne's Gray. It says it's Master's Touch, so it must be pretty old. I'm really inclined on adding some dazzling white, but I guess I'm going to try this first. I don't mind that there's some blue in here. Kind of don't mind the purple. I don't know what I'm going to do with that right there, but I think I can get rid of it pretty easily right now, very fortunately. For some reason I've got a gash in my sky right there, but I don't mind if a little of the purple Payne's Gray combination mixes up. Anything to add some drama. Sort of glad I didn't go for the dazzling white. Still need to finish adding clouds down below too. I was really nervous about trying this. Seems like it's working. Yeah, I like that. I want it very uneven, which is convenient at the moment. I like what the blue did, but I'm not sure my edge is going to be covered well enough. I think I have a straw here somewhere and I need to blow this big lump of paint over the edge. And I just use my finger. Now, do I want to risk going down below? Not sure it was a good idea. I suspect bigger is better for some reason. Go brave, go big or go home. think I need something on this far end. I don't mind getting some of the reddish color, the quinacridone nickel azo gold and saffron. I don't mind getting it up into the other clouds. I don't want to see too much canvas texture. I like the blue peeking through. I wasn't going to go all the way to the top with the clouds, but I might do that because I can. Initially, I don't know if that's a success or not, but I'm going to keep trying. It's pretty dramatic. I love how the spatula makes clouds. I really do. I want to cover that edge so bad, I'm just willing to take a risk. Just let the blue wind up being peeking through. Well, that's dramatic. I like it. It's not what I had in mind initially. It's kind of realistic in its own way. Maybe I ought to quit while I'm ahead. I think I might want to put some more pink in the red, but for now I'm good. I'm going to take the paint off of my spatula and use it on the ends to match. So I took some time and I cleaned some spatulas and I put the top on some colors. And I decided I wanted to risk a little more Majestic blue. Just in case my land portion doesn't come up quite as high as I expect it to. I like how that color changes. Majestic blue over the periwinkle is gorgeous. So I'll just use it. Fortunately, some of this other color is dried above it. Not entirely sure what I want to do for the bottom, but I'm going to start with some gold. Get rid of the paint chips. This is Fandango. I'm going to use a little triple sec. I've got something called Seaglass. Definitely going to throw some purple in. I'm not sure where or when. This is, I think, Peacock. Yeah, it is. And I don't want that paint chip in there. I'll use some of that over here. I've got something called Alexandrite also. I think it's a primary element. I could definitely swipe with the cell activator, but I'm not going to. This is Marooned, which I thought was bobbing for apples, but I think it's okay. Whoops. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's see what happens. Trying to add an angle so it looks like it's receding into the distance. Could just leave the green green, but I want to try adding some Fandango and see what happens. I don't know if it'll show up or not. For whatever reason, I keep thinking of periwinkle, and that doesn't seem to make much sense to me, but that's what's going to happen. Oh, that's frozen amethyst, I guess. I'll try that first. I have a moment to look at it and see if I feel like putting some trees in there. I've got a little tool that I could do that with. I think I'll give it a miss. I think the sky is enough. I'm really glad I put that blue in at the horizon. I might want to add some more tomorrow, but I think I'm good so far for now. And whatever I've got left on my spatula, it's going to go down below. That is a digitally enhanced sketch of what I would like to do, which is hiding under a white canvas. So I'm going to zoom out, get down off my stool after I focus, and hopefully we can do something. I'm going to hang this up at the back, remove my protective layer. Want to see it again? I should show you again. This has been around a while. So this color in the top, the blue, is Cerulean C, and about 20 minutes ago, it's an air-conditioned house, so everything dries really fast. I just squeezed a little thin line in and used my finger to rub it in because I wanted that blue color that I didn't have. It's not as dark, but it's better than it was. So when I did my digital sketch, I used yellow, but it didn't come out yellow because it was a digital sketch. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we're going to try a bunch of things, starting with maybe me giving myself a permission to add a little bit of blue flame down in the bottom portion, and doing the same thing I did up above with my finger. Because I really liked the way that color looked in there. In theory, if I left for 20 minutes, I'd be better off. But we're just going to keep working on whatever and hope we can work it out. Now along the horizon line, I have a very nice yellow orange, but it's too dark, it's too light to be orange crush. So I am going to attempt to do the same thing with my custom color which is yellow orange, which I call tangerine. And I'm hoping, because it's been dry so long, there's no chance it's going to turn green. I'd also like it to be nearer the color, but I'm tempted to put a little tiny bit of orange crush in there just because I can. Now I could probably smooth it into place with my rubber brush. That's what I think. And then Q-tip it away, but I'm not that interested in doing that right now. I don't think one session of finger painting is going to hurt me. And it seems like it's not going to be a big issue with the mountains. Although I wish I had a batch of new clean Q-tips, because it looks like I really will need one. I got one left. I'm not sure that's enough, but I'm going to try it now anyway. Well, I got 3 sides of one. I'll just blend that yellow in. I could probably also squeegee it off with my rubber brush. Like I said, it was yellow when I put it in the digital sketch, but it didn't really work out that way. And if I don't touch that blue, I shouldn't have any problem. I just really like the surreal drama of the sky, and I had thought that that's what I wanted to begin initially when I started this whole project. And I like that the green is kind of subtle. In the mountainside, or hills, or whatever you want to call them. Because it's a dry painting, I can remove paint with my finger, more or less. More than less. Just slow and easy. The next part I'm not so sure about. It didn't occur to me I could use some pink carnation. I don't have a lot left though. I gotta be careful. As I went along, I picked up some of the blue and I had to wipe off my finger to make sure I didn't put it back into the yellow. There, I'm already happier with that by far. So I've got a whole bunch of pink diamond and I'd like to try it in the sky. I'm going to start over here. I can't really go down that far yet. And I keep talking about the rubber brushes, but what I'm really thinking about is using my spatula. That's a paint chip right in the middle. Of course it is. Okay, let's grab my smallest spatula, which is easier to control. Take the strings that get in my paintings that are attached to my pants and get rid of them. Now, if this starts out to look like it's going to work, I might add some brighter colors, or I might not. I liked it right up until that point where I should really just chill the heck out. I think I'm going to like that, because I'm quite capable of just spatulaing, using the spatula along. It actually looks a lot like what I was looking for. So maybe we got lucky. And maybe I don't want quite as much of it as I thought I did. And I'm going to use my rubber brush after all. I might still like to put some color down below the clouds, but I'm not as concerned about it as I was before I did that. I wonder where these little chips have come from. I've got green in my sky. Oh well. Que sera, sera. Oh, if I want to get rid of anything else, I better do it now. I kind of like the weird shapes interrupting the other clouds. Gives them some dimension. Maybe I should look into that with my rubber brush right now. I can always go back and do that. I wanted something that was lighter in color. I'm going to try and go all the way across. Wobble about some. And if I have extra paint, I can take it off my spatula and put it right on those clouds. I'm still very tempted by some yellow below the clouds. I've been getting kind of used to using my spatula as a palette. Let's go in there. I think I'm going to just use my spatula. Make lots of pink clouds. I'm not sure what that is. Well, by the time we're done, it'll be camouflage, so it shouldn't be a problem. I like pink clouds, can you tell? And I love this pink diamond color, because it's got a lot of purple in it. I pulled out the red violet just in case I wanted to use it, and I really didn't think the pink diamond was going to be the answer, but it seems like it is. It might even be fairly quick if I don't get too nitpicky. But I'm going to have to spread paint now. And go back again and hit it with the edge of the spatula. I think I like that. This is working out really well. Especially the part where I'm not supposed to be nitpicky. I think a little at the bottom is called for. I really didn't imagine I was only going to use one color, and I really thought that I was going to add some more orange or yellow, and I might still be willing to try that. I don't know what that's going to be like when I hit it. The yellow is still kind of wet. But I love the translucence. The color change between the two when they hit each other. Well, I've got some yellow in there, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I might have to try some. Let's just do that. Just put it right on my silicone matte, and that way if I don't like it, I don't have to worry about it. Take the tiniest amount. I don't mind that, but I don't need very much, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure it works on top of the dark. But it's pretty dramatic, which is cool, and it's close enough to Surreal to make me happy. My first real finger painting. No need to go overboard, I think. But I could add a little to the sky. Doesn't need to be attached to clouds every time. I wonder how the pink diamond's going to dry. I have a little greenish color in the bottom, but I don't actually mind it. The yellow is a custom color, but I used sour lemon or gone bananas, or any number of different yellows works. And then you just add a tiny, just a little bit of orange. Yeah, that yellow makes everything pop. It just wasn't really doing it for me. It was okay, but it wasn't special, and I wanted special. I waited a long time to work on it too. Can't remember when I started, but I know it's been some weeks. Almost done. Although, if I turn the camera off and that yellow's still sitting there, it might tease me into using it, so I might as well just continue. Don't really want much green, but the green I do see that happens from the yellow going over something is kind of like spectacular. Sort of like the green flash. If you haven't heard of the green flash, it's what happens when the sun hits the ocean at sunset in the Caribbean, and probably other places I'm not aware of. But I've seen it twice. Some people say it doesn't exist. I know it does. Just a little more. It's addictive. Sort of like adding one more color to a prism. Yeah, that's special. I'm very happy. I'm going to call it good. And I used a lot of time, but I don't really think I care. And you can cross your fingers for me that it dries nicely. And if it doesn't, I could always add some dazzling white and put pink on top of it. But I'm hoping, I bet anything it dries kind of darker. Let's get this. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm learning. It's not exact, and that little tiny speck in the middle is probably going to get fixed at some point, but you can't really see it, so. I hope you guys come again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliments that keep my morale boosted. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you watch longer or watch some of the commercials or make a comment, those things are all super helpful to me. My creative playlists are on my YouTube channel. And if you go to my YouTube channel banner, you'll find the PayPal icon. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. My community board will show you tomorrow's videos. If you have questions or you want the paint pouring recipe, ask me questions, it will. The paint pouring recipe is below Show More. When you click Show More, you're going to find my email address. Thank you for everything. Shop my Amazon link, please. You can buy anything you want from there. And my 2 books are there, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities, Volumes 1 and 2. Thank you again for being here. I love you guys dearly. You inspire the heck out of me. Bye for now. Priscilla out.